Hi amazing people, I'm so excited to do another video, but first I have to eat my delicious coconut cupcake, coconut cupcake. I'll be back. Try saying coconut cupcake 10 times fast. Coconut cupcake, coconut cupcake, coconut cupcake, coconut cup. See, it's not that easy. Okay, let's get started. First of all, welcome to whoever is returning, and welcome if you are new. I am Inspirational Ingrid July, and I am here to help you live a happy, healthy, fun, beautiful, magical, just everything good life. At least I'm going to try my best to do that. This video is called, Why Do I Pray? First, I want to tell you that each and every time before I start these videos, I say a prayer. And I also sniff, no, it's not drugs, lavender oil, because this stuff is just, it's known for its relaxation qualities, and it just smells really good. And I don't know, it just makes me feel good. And of course I want to feel my very best before putting out a video to you beautiful people. So why do I pray? And who do I pray to? Okay, so before I begin, I just want to say this is my journey. This is what has worked and is working, and my belief in life that I believe to be true. I respect everyone's own opinions, whether they believe in God or not, or religion or whatnot. So I'm just speaking from my heart and what I know to be true and what has blessed me in my life. So I do not have a religion. I am a spiritual person, and it's not about a religion. I believe in a relationship with God. Just like you have a relationship with other people in your lives, I have a relationship, and people have a relationship with God. A little bit about my background. First off, I should say I was not raised at all with anything about God, religion, going to church. There was nothing presented to me in my years growing up to persuade me or, push me in any certain direction. It was pretty much non-existent. I developed a relationship with God in my very early adulthood on my own. I just wanted you to know about that because, I have met several people in my life that they are where they're at, religion, spiritual wise, because of how they were brought up. And that's not the case with me at all. So I just wanted I thought that it was important for you to know that. And other things that I feel that you should know, I don't know how much I'm going to get into all the details of my life. I guess I'm just going to say what I feel is needed to say. And it doesn't mean that I won't share in other future videos. So what I really just want to let you know is that I did not have an easy life in many ways. I'm not going to say it wasn't completely, or it was completely just horrible. It wasn't. But with that being said, I have gone through a lot of negative things and things that were very, very difficult in my life. And the reason why I want you to know, to some extent, that I've had those things happen in my life is because I think it's important for you to know that I can relate to many people in different categories of life's difficulties. And all of this will tie into, why do I pray? I definitely feel like I'm speaking to someone out there, and I want your heart to be soft and open to what I have to say, in hopes that your life is going to be transformed into a beautiful, beautiful thing. So you have an idea of some of the things that I can relate to. I can relate to not having a relationship with your mother. I'm talking about a true relationship where there's lots of love, connection, encouragement, support, you know, just all the love and everything that you would wish to have with a parent, with a mother. I can relate to not having that growing up or even now. I can also relate to you if you had a tough relationship with your father, where it was there, sort of, in and out, but not a very maybe healthy one. I can also relate to that as well. I can relate to failed marriages or a failed marriage, toxic relationships where it was just very unhealthy for you, and also your child or children. Whew, time to smell some more lavender. So with that being said, I can also relate to single parents, single parenting, and all that comes along with that, especially if you didn't have support from the fathers or mothers, depending on who you are, and the financial struggles, and everything that goes along with that. I also can relate to that as well. And just unhealthy relationships, even if you are not married, just enduring a very unhealthy relationship, or relationships, toxic or abusive, mentally or physically. I can relate to that as well. So now that you have an idea of, you know, a little bit of my background, and that I did not have an easy past, this brings about this video, Why Do I Pray? So I have not had one solid person in my life that I can say has really truly helped me all these years, in different ways, to help me get to where I am today. And I'm speaking about emotional and mental health that I have right now, which is healthy and happy, thankfully. So my relationship with God developed. It started when I was in my early 20s, and I will tell you exactly how it went down. Everything I say on here is from my heart. It's the truth. I'm genuine. Take it or leave it. So I was driving down the road one day. I was a single parent at the time, on my own for the first time with a child, no support from anyone, and it was tough. Driving down the road, and I was passing by a church, didn't know at the time, and I heard in my mind, my thoughts were saying, which now I know it was God, that go to that church. Just go to that church. I hadn't been to church before. And that was the message that I was getting. And I listened to it. I just did it. I went to the church. So I went to the church and I continued going to the church because the church was all positive, full of hope stuff. And it was just very comforting to me, very interesting to me. And I decided to ask God to come into my heart and live in my heart. And since then have been continuing a relationship with God that's been growing stronger all the time. And I learned about prayer, that God is there for us, that He loves us unconditionally, that He doesn't judge us, and that if we open our heart to Him and accept Him and believe in Him by faith, no matter what, and pray to Him, which praying is really just, it's talking to God, it's communicating with Him. You pray to Him. And I began my journey of praying to God because, boy, did I have a lot of prayers needing answers, because I've been through and was going through at the time so much stuff, and I didn't have any person or people to help me through it. I only had God. If you're in a place right now in your life where you feel somewhat lost, somewhat unhappy, unfulfilled, scared, lonely, you don't have peace, you don't feel love, you have a lot of unforgiveness and anger towards people or situations, don't lose hope. You know, I believe everyone at some point in their life goes through that to some extent. And believe it or not, feeling weak right now, if you're feeling weak right now, that's not a bad thing. Because now you may acknowledge your need for a higher power, which is God. And that's actually a beautiful place to be, so that you could possibly begin a new journey in your life with God, and your life could be better than it ever has. I was in that place in my life, and I can tell you from experience, my relationship with God, my faith in Him, praying to Him, seeking Him, I can't even, the word beautiful, amazing, is not even strong enough to say just how my life changed over the years. Not just my life, but my heart, my mind, my emotions, circumstances, just everything and anything. And I know, the thing is, I know that it's not because of a person or people. I know that it was God because of that. And that, there's no money, there's no material things, there's nothing. You can't put a price on having that faith in God and seeing that happen in your life. It is just, it's such a blessing. And I am, when all else fails, if it does, having my faith and my hope and that strong bond that I have with God despite what other people may, disappoint or whatever, it's just, it's solid. It's a solid, he's my rock. God is my rock. And I always say, without him, I'm nothing. Without him, I am nothing. And with him, I am amazing and just everything beautiful. So why do I pray? Oh boy. When I pray, so many amazing things happen. Praying is not just, oh, I want this, so I'm just going to pray to ask God for it, and boom. It's not exactly like that, but it's definitely pretty amazing. God knows exactly what we truly need. He knows us better than we know ourselves. He knows what's best for us. He wants what's best for us, and he will work in our life accordingly. But he's a gentleman. He doesn't push himself on you. And you need to take action. You need to still work hard at things. What I always say is, you do all that is humanly possible to help whatever, the situation is. And you leave the rest with God. And it all works out. It all works out. Why do I pray? When I pray, it's like a recharge. I get recharged and filled with God's love. So much love in my heart. When my heart gets filled with that much love, then I have that much more love to give out to others. It's beautiful. When I am going through something difficult and you don't feel at peace, when I pray, I get filled with a peace that surpasses all understanding. It doesn't mean that everything just got perfect, but I've had and have peace through the tough times. Why do I pray? When I feel weak. Have you ever felt weak? Where you just ready to give up? You're like, I just can't do it. I go to God in prayer. He gives me strength. Strength to just endure whatever I'm going through, as I trust in him and keep my faith and hope in him. And he also gives me wisdom. Things that I would never have thought of before or never thought of before. And that helps me with, figuring out things or seeing things in a different way. Wisdom. Why do I pray? My heart is more compassionate. I have much more compassion and understanding for situations and people, instead of acting immediately, in a negative way. I'm able to have more compassion and understanding when I pray about the situation and I seek God. And you're able to just look at things with new eyes. Like, he opens your eyes spiritually where otherwise they wouldn't have been opened. And you can see things in a much more clearer, loving, better way, and handle things in your life and with people much better. Does this mean I'm perfect or you get perfect? Of course not. We're never going to be perfect. And we're still going to fall short sometimes and make mistakes. And, let our human emotions, get the best of us. Yes, that still happens to me sometimes, but less and less all the time. And I know from years now of me having a relationship with God, I have become a much, much more better person in all different ways. And I attribute that all to my relationship with God. Now, I also always say, oh, was it just God? No, it wasn't, because God gives us a choice. He gives us a choice to where we want a relationship with Him, we want to pray to Him, we want to have faith in Him and hope, or not. The choice is yours. The way I figure it is, you don't have anything to lose by trusting in Him and believing in Him. You have everything to gain, and believe me, you will. But you do have a lot to lose if you decide not to. I feel like there are so many things that I could talk about and praise God about how He's worked in my life. And I think that it has to be in more than just one video. This was just, I guess, an intro or just a start to letting you know about why I pray. There has been a lot of things in my life that have happened. I guess you can call it testimonials. Maybe I'll do another video on the testimonials of God in my life. But what I can say right now is God has transformed me. First, most importantly, of my heart and just how I am as a person, in a much more of a reflection of Him, if I may say so. And I could have turned out, based on my life and circumstances, I could have turned out completely different. And I've been told that before by, some counseling and things that I've taken over the years a little bit. And, that they're amazed of how I am in my life. I'm not perfect. I have problems like everybody else, things that come up in life. But basically, overall, I am healthy in every which way. Physically, mentally, emotionally. I am happy. I've had things that are sad and disappointing, yes, but I have a joy from God. I have a peace from God through all of that. And I know that I know that it's God. I know that it's God. And I can only share with you my truth. And it's the best thing that you can do in your entire life, because it'll help you become a beautiful person inside and out. And it'll also help you with circumstances in your life. I used to be in a lot of lack, and I live so much better now. It didn't happen overnight. It took time. But I'm living well. I'm living good. And I've had a lot of blessings come to me, surprising things that I never would have expected. And I know I owe all of that to God. Everything good comes from above. And I have such a thankful heart. And I attribute most of that probably to my relationship to God. Maybe some of it is because of what I went through in my past and where I am now. I don't know, I've just learned to be just so thankful and have such gratitude, and realize that the more thankful you are for every big and little thing in your life, it will multiply, I'm so overwhelmingly thankful for my life, for who I have become and ultimately to God. And anybody in my life that has ever prayed for me, I know there's people out there that have prayed for me, and that's a beautiful thing, to pray for one another, and I'm so thankful for that as well. So let me just say, anytime you feel like you need a true friend, you feel weak, you feel sad, you feel like you need to vent, you feel like you need to feel loved, you want to just cry, God can be your best friend. He wants to be your best friend. He's my best friend. You can just go to him anytime you want. And you know what? That's really cool. And that's really a blessing. He's there, anywhere. And it doesn't have to be, at church and a certain religion and all that kind of stuff. That's technical stuff. It's not about religion, it's about a relationship with God. I actually haven't been to church in a while. Not to say that I don't want to go or would never go, but I used to go on a more consistent basis. And, things just happen in life and I just didn't go. But I'm visiting churches sometimes and whatnot. But regardless of that, and church can be a great, experience, and I've had great experiences with it. But it's not about the church, the religion, all those things. It's about your relationship with God, your hope and faith that you have in him. Anywhere you are, no matter where you are, inside, outside, this place, that place, you can pray. It's beautiful. And nothing is too big and nothing is too small to pray to God about. Just know that. And if you are just opening your heart and mind maybe to this, to God, just know that over time your faith will grow. We always have to start from somewhere, right? Whether it's a job or, relationship with other people, things take time to progress and get stronger and better, as you work on them. And it goes with the same thing with a relationship with God. When I first started my prayer life and all that with God, it was a lot more, smaller. It was more low key. And now, years later, oh my God, I'm just like faith all the way, hope. I never lose hope because of God. And I always have a best friend that I can go and talk to. And it's just amazing. I could go on and on, but I think I've said enough for this video. But let me just add to this that if there's anyone out there that, and I'm sure that there is, you need prayer over a certain situation. Sorry about that. I actually had to sneeze. So I had to cut the video. But what I wanted to say is it would be my honor to lift you up in prayer for whatever it is. If you let me know in the comments, you don't even have to write. If you want to, you may write what it is you need prayer for. But if you don't want to write what it is, because you just don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay too. All you have to write is, I need prayer. Because you know what? God knows what it is. So if I pray to God lift your name up and he knows that you are wanting prayer, he's honored about that. He's happy about that, that you're reaching out to him, that you're putting your faith in him. And I think everyone could use prayer to some extent. And I would be more than happy to lift you up in prayer. So just either write the things out if you'd like specifically, or if not, just write that you need prayer. And I will give you my word that in my prayers, I will lift you up, each and every one of you, in my prayers. And I want to see God work in your life. Amazing. I want to hear back from you, about things, and just wonderful blessings and beautiful things. I feel it is my duty, and I just want to and love to share this with you all because I want to help you. My channel is about inspiring, and this is about inspiring to live that happy, beautiful, healthy, wonderful life that you deserve. So, on that note, sorry, I get a little choked up about this stuff, but in a good way. So, as I always say, take care of you, because there's only one of you. Remember that. Take care of you, because there's only one of you. And if you got anything out of this video or enjoyed this video, it would really help my channel to circulate these videos, because I want as many people to hear this video and other videos that I have made to help them in their lives. So if you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, thumbs up button. If you write a comment, all those things help this channel grow and circulate these videos. And I so want as many people as possible to see them, to help them. Have a beautiful day and evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Much love to all of you. Mwah. Bye.